No. Hi, we're early.
We're so early, you guys, but that's okay. You can hang out with
us. We're just going to kill some time because I don't know if there's a way for us to pause this and restart it when we're supposed to.
That's okay. It's an extra donation day treat.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
We're fully 6 minutes early. Here's what happened. YouTube has slightly changed the way their live streaming shebang works. And I was reading the instructions left by our wonderful editorial manager, Catherine.
And they obviously work because it started.
And I was like, oh, let me just try it. Surely the go live button won't actually send us live.
Yay!
Fully incorrect. Anyway, how are you guys doing?
We're just really excited.
Yeah. Is the sound okay? Let us know if it's too loud.
Yeah, we can move. The mic is movable, so.
We both have
very loud. So we're great people to start off your day. We're gonna get you really happy. So.
If it's bothering you though,
just don't be mean about it. Just be like, hey, please move the mic. We will move it.
Yeah, we will.
We're aware.
We promise. Whoops. So yeah, let me look what you guys are saying in the chat because
it's a little
far right now. I'm gonna open up my computer. Obviously, we were not fully prepared to start.
That's okay. That's what NaNoWriMo is about. It's not about being perfect. It's about being there.
This year especially, it's truly not about being perfect. It's about writing despite adversity.
Yes, absolutely. Can learn a lesson from everything. Let's see. Live videos, playlists. Live now. I'm gonna watch myself with a 3-second delay.
We are gonna do introductions and our whole spiel right at 9 when we should have started, which is 4 minutes from now. So right now, this is just vamping and chatting.
I thought this was Blobby for a second, but Blobby is over there.
Yeah, he's over here.
I don't know. Does this guy have a name?
This guy, we named him earlier this week. I think if y'all were in the virtual write-in on Wednesday, I think there might have been a name share at that point. I personally forget what his name is.
So please name share again with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is Sporgy. I remember that.
Sporgy. Yeah. Oh my god, we have exit space.
Yeah.
So creative. I love it.
Okay, cool. All right, hang on. I see the chat. Whoa, some folks who are here for their first virtual write-ins. Welcome. Yay! We have a spiel for you too, starting at 9.
Yeah. 3 minutes.
Whoa, people from the Philippines.
Hello.
Yeah, how are you guys doing? How are you all feeling?
Tell us where you're from if you want to. Tell us what your word count's at. I know I'm 3,000 words behind today. That's fine. We're going to catch up today.
I'm extremely behind. So I have a lot of catching up to do too. Oh, okay. So people who are saying that we're a little loud, we're gonna modulate our volume. Let us know if it gets too quiet. I mean, we're probably not going to be too quiet, but let us know if that happens.
Yeah. Tell us, especially tell us if we do have a really big range, because if we're just too loud overall, turn down your volume.
Yeah.
But if we suddenly get really loud, that's what we want to know about.
Yeah. Good clarification. Cool. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see so many folks here. Tell us where you're from, what your goals are for today, what you're trying to get to. Maddie, you said 5K for you?
That's my goal today. Yeah, it'll put me then ahead because I think today is 15,000. And I think I'm at 11,600.
Nice. You're pretty far along.
That'll put me over that.
Cool.
Okay. I actually like my story this year, you guys.
Yay! That's always nice. Still on a week into NaNoWriMo.
I still like it. For the past 3 years, I've switched it by this point. So.
Pantsing.
Yeah. I found that I created characters that I really liked before the month started this year. But if I write if I plan too much of the story, I'm like, well, I wrote it already. So right?
Yeah.
You just lose the spark.
There's like, it feels unfair that your spark is so fragile. Right. If I plan too much, it's gone. If I tell people too much, it's gone.
Yes. Oh my God.
So cool. We're seeing folks from Brazil. Nick Fierro, our former intern. I see you in the chat. So cool. Hi, thanks for coming. Catalin Graham from Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, which is really cool. Oh, Vicky from South Africa. Hi, thanks for joining us.
That's so cool. Oh my God.
Whoa, and some really cool goals. I think I saw someone who's saying they're trying to get to 10K today.
Yes.
Which is incredible.
Do it.
Have you done that before? What's the most you've ever written in a day?
In a day? It's probably not that much because I try and stay pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Probably like 4,000. That always happened during Night of Writing Dangerously. It was always the most because you just like sit there and you have everyone in the room writing.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have that in a virtual write-in, so you're all going to get 4,000. Yay!
Okay, so it's 9, and here is where the official start is.
Starting.
Forget everything that just happened. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our virtual write-in. I'm Tim. I'm a program director here at National Novel Writing Month.
And I'm Maddie. I used to be an intern, and then I became the events associate, and now I just get to come back and have fun with everyone in the office here. So I'm just happy to be here.
We love Maddie. We're so glad that she's back, and we're so glad that y'all are here to write with us today. So we do have a little spiel. First, I think, will you explain what a virtual write-in is, and then I'm going to talk about what Double Up Day is, and then we're going to get into some writing.
Yeah. So a virtual write-in, honestly, it's pretty self-explanatory. We are virtual and we're all writing together. So like a lot of your regions host write-ins in person, these are for everybody around the world to just all write together, get inspired together, and see and share what we've written.
Yeah. So it's going to last about an hour. There's going to be 3 of these today. And then we're going to run, have some writing prompts and word sprints. And word sprints are...
when you just write, you don't think, you just write for a certain amount of time. We will tell you how many minutes. And it's just so nice you'll have like 400 words in a minute. Not in a minute. That's too much.
I will not have 400 words in a minute.
5 minutes. The theme is time travel, right?
Yeah. If you have any other questions, let us know about virtual write-ins, especially if this is your first time. And there's such an awesome community of folks who regularly come to virtual write-ins, and I'm sure they will answer some questions in the chat too. But this is not just a regular virtual write-in. It is a Double Up Day virtual write-in.
Yay!
And if you don't know what Double Up Day is, basically it is a day where we are just doubling everything we can double. So in terms of writing, we're really focused on writing, trying to double our word counts. And so that's kind of like the loose suggested goal. But obviously much harder if you're caught up. If you're at 15K, trying to get to 30K. 15K. So depending on your word count, you're either doubling your total word count or maybe doubling just the par that you would usually write for today. So if you're on track and you're writing 1667 words per day, if today you want to double that and try to go for 3,334 words, that would be really cool too.
I believe in you.
We do believe in you.
Sorry, me and
Tim. And the other cool thing about Double Up Day is that NaNoWriMo, if y'all don't know, is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, and today is a day where we are doubling our thanks for all the people who make our nonprofit possible. We run on the donations of participants like you, small dollar donations, and so we just really want to thank you. And so if you donate $25 today, we're doubling our thanks and sending you the $50 thank you goodies. And then if you donate $50 today, we're doubling that as well and sending you the $100 thank you goodies. And then...
What do we have to give
them,
Tim?
We can show you.
We have them. These are also they're tax deductible donations. I'm an accountant, so I can tell you.
Maddie's taken such a turn from working at a creative writing nonprofit.
My undergrad's in English. I have a master's in accounting. People get confused, it's fine. But I am a professional and I can tell you these are tax deductible donations.
The more you know. So the $50 goodies we're sending you today for a $25 donation include this beautiful bookmark. I don't know how much you guys can see here. We have a time travel theme for NaNoWriMo this year. It's your novel anytime. And so it's kind of steampunky, time travel-y themed bookmark.
It's so beautiful. It's one of my
really
favorite designs ever, I think.
And then we are also sending you this classic NaNoWriMo sticker because it's a big year. It's our 20th anniversary as well. And so this is kind of a cool 20th anniversary sticker. And then we're sending you this neat bracelet. And that one says past, present, and future writer.
Can you see that?
Can you guys see that?
It's in yellow. It's really cute.
Yeah.
It's a nice font.
And then the last thing we're sending you for the $50 goodies is this. Every year for Double Up Day, we do a pin, a special enamel pin. And so this is this year's. We have 3 now. I don't know how well you guys can see this either, but it's really cool. You can also check out our Instagram to see a better picture of it. And then if you do a $50 donation to double up to the $100 goodies, that includes everything that you just saw, and then also includes this really beautiful NaNoWriMo time key pen. Woohoo! So pretty. Cool. And then also, like we said, there's like prizes all day today. So then if you donate within a specific hour, you can earn a really cool prize for that hour potentially. And so I think this hour, the prize is a collection of Marissa Meyer books. And
we have those too. We can show you. So I'm going to pull up her newest book, Supernova. This came out on Tuesday. So we're all really excited for it. Marissa is wonderful. This is the 3rd book in a trilogy series, and it's about superheroes. It's probably the shortest.
It's such a cool cover.
It's a beautiful cover. Look at this.
Yeah. She writes really amazing novels, and she participates in NaNoWriMo all the time. She's on our writers board. She's really, really cool, and she is giving away full collections of her books if you donate within this hour. And she's also matching donations this hour. So if you donate before, so right now in California, it is 9 a.m. If you donate before 10 a.m., you will get your donations will be matched by Marissa up to $5,000. We're really hoping to meet her match. So thank you if you're able to donate. Of course, if you're not able to, totally understandable. I was, had very little discretionary funds for a long time, so I get it. Thank you so much for writing with us today, and your support today too. Just in terms of like committing to your writing is a huge deal too.
Yeah. You can always just share with whatever social media you have that like you're doing this today, and if people feel so compelled, they can donate as well. But it's kind of like a nice win-win because you get to tell people what you're doing and what you're passionate about, as well as maybe supporting us as well.
Cool. Thank you for letting us give all of our spiels.
You made it a couple of times today.
Yeah. So that was
really
just, if you don't know what a virtual write-in is, or you're like, what is this double up day thing they keep talking about? We want to make sure you don't feel left out. So cool. I think we're done.
Yay.
And we're ready to write. So I think we have prompts today kind of themed around the fact that it's our 20th anniversary, and we're so excited about that. And we asked participants a little while ago. One of our awesome interns this year, Freddie, is collecting stories from people about their favorite, about just like their experiences over the last 20 years of NaNoWriMo. And so we're kind of doing some word sprints related to that.
Inspired by.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what our first sprint is today?
Yes. So because we've asked people to share those memories, and we've heard from a lot of people who have met their spouses, their best friends, or just really important people in your life through Nano. So the sprint prompt today is to write a meet cute. It can be romantic. It can be platonic. Maybe it's like an anti-meet cute where like your main character meets a villain. Like that would be cool.
Wait, that's our second one.
What?
Remember, our warm-up sprint is the...
Oh! I'm sorry. Disregard that.
We're going to get to that one.
I gave you a sneak peek. I scrolled too far on my prompt list. So just kidding. It is Nano's 20th anniversary this year, like Tim has said. And in honor of those 20 years, give yourself permission to introduce a flashback into your novel or whatever you are writing. What were your characters doing 20 years ago? Or maybe you can write about what they're doing 20 years from now. Like always, you never have to follow these prompts. This is just something to get you inspired. And what the most important thing is that you're writing with us.
Yeah. So we're going to go for 5 minutes, basically just a focused writing sprint. At the end of 5 minutes, we'll call time, and then we'll ask you to share how many words you wrote during that sprint, and possibly a sentence or two. And I forgot that I didn't bring my phone up.
That is okay, because I always have mine. Okay, clock and not alarm. We want timer. We want 5 minutes. I'm going to play Space Unicorn from Star Versus. Yeah. Oh, not right now, though. Okay, so that is what you will hear at the end of 5 minutes. If you are ready, we are ready. So we're going to start writing now. Go! Oh, it didn't play, but that's okay. We're stopping writing.
Wrap up your sentences, and then if you want to do a quick count of how many words you wrote during that 5-minute sprint, and then share it in the chat, we would love to hear how it went for you. And then also, if you're feeling bold enough to share a sentence,
Please do. I love reading those.
That would be really cool. We're going to read some stuff.
Let's see. I wrote 200 words.
I kept deleting, which I know is bad practice.
Don't do that. Okay, this is a tip. Don't delete anything. Even if you're like, oh, that's one word I don't want. Strike through it. You get to keep that word.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see how many y'all did, though. I think you probably did better than we did. Or than I did.
Lindsay Gong did 103. Anna Spare did 120.
Nice.
Soberler did 127. KJ Sparrow 154. You guys should be proud of all of these.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Tiny Beth Secret did 264. Alex did 236. Folks, if you want to, if you're down to share a sentence, we'd love to see those too.
Yes, please.
Jamie R says, dang, y'all, I did 88 words.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Awesome.
And honestly better than what I did. And also a storied tradition if you've come to any virtual write-ins that I've hosted before, where I am proudly a member very often of the under 100 word club for many a sprint.
So you could be in a club with Tim. That's where you really want to be quite honest.
But Jamie also shared a sentence, and that went, he sat on the rocky ground in the practice yard, eyes closed, hands touching the earth itself, which is really cool.
I like that. That's very, you can feel that. It's very tactile.
Yeah. If y'all use the prompt too, and you want to share a sentence of how you did that, that would be really awesome. You see any cool ones you want to read out?
Let's see. They're going so fast. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, Juniper Flower shared, my favorite line was definitely dialogue. Says the one who charged into me like a wild boar.
I love that.
Curious about what that relationship is like.
Oh, wait, where'd it go? Okay. Elizabeth Ballo says, we got 190 words. Awesome. And a sentence, you want me to infiltrate the palace and spy on the king you are supposed to protect? I would legit read that story right now.
That hooked me. NJ West says, oh, I was busy donating, but I am not ashamed. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. I mean, if you're going to not write during your write-in, that's a pretty good reason to not write. You can always go back, too, after this is over. You just rewind, play it again, write some words. Double duty. It is double duty.
Chocobo Asylum wrote, he waved at the security guard, expecting it to still be the man from last night, but noting that the woman from before was back. She still didn't react, other than looking at him.
Oh, give me chills.
What's her deal? Sounds spooky. Is it spooky?
Let's see. Now we're just reading all of these because they're really good.
Chocobo Asylum says she's mean.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much for sharing these words.
So wonderful.
Yeah.
Keep sharing your word count, the sentences, everything. We want to see it. We just want to see you guys participating. Yay! Okay.
Are you all feeling ready for another sprint? The one that Maddie gave you a preview for.
I haven't finished my coffee yet, you guys. It's still early in California.
Okay, cool. It looks like people are ready for another sprint.
Yay! Rad. Okay, so this one is going to be a little longer. We're going to do 10 minutes this time instead of 5. So I'll read it again for those of you who were not here or forget. Yeah.
And then I think Chris is in the chat posting the prompts into the chat itself, and then I went through and added them to the video description too. So if you're not seeing them in the video description and you want to, you can just refresh the page real quick and then they should be there.
Yay. Alrighty. So like we were saying earlier, people have been sharing their favorite memories of Nano. And we've heard from a bunch of folks who met their spouses, their best friends, or just really important people through Nano. So write a meet cute, maybe it's platonic. Maybe it's romantic. Maybe it's an anti-meet cute, like I said, because I literally just like came up with that and I was like, that would be so cool. So if you write that, please post a sentence out of it because I would love to see that.
I think I saw someone post in the chat earlier when you were first saying this, a meet ugly.
Yes!
Which was really
oh my
fun,
god, meet ugly.
Does everybody know what a meet cute is?
I didn't for a really long time. I actually learned through Gravity Falls. Because when Seuss meets his girlfriend, she's wearing a shirt that says meet cute. Like, oh my god, that's where she works is meet cute. Except it's like meat, like meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a meet cute for them, so it was just like really adorable.
Yeah, if you don't know what a meet cute is, it's basically just like it's a term that I think originally came up in like romance novels and like romance and rom-coms and stuff like that. It's basically what authors used to call that first moment where the people meet each other, and usually in like a cute way, like if they like, you know, that thing that happens in romantic comedies a lot of time where like they bump into each other and then they fall and it's just like, oh, or like in
drop a pencil and pick it up. Yeah.
Or like in like 101 Dalmatians when the dogs are like around their legs, like that's a meet cute.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
There's a scene in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend where it's like a whole song of meet cutes.
Oh.
In the 4th season. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's in the 4th season, and if you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. But it's really adorable.
That sounds super cute. Cool. So that's our prompt. We're gonna go for 10 minutes. And should we start?
I think so. I'm gonna try and actually get that song to play this time. I don't know what happened last time. Okay, 10 minutes. It even says Space Unicorn. See, it says Space Unicorn. I have a witness, so I don't know if it's actually gonna play. Maybe it stopped downloading. Okay, 10 minutes. We will start now.
Woohoo. Oh.
That is timer. Wrap up your sentences or stop in the middle of a sentence if that helps you. I know sometimes that helps me because then I kind of pick up immediately and it's like a quicker takeoff.
That's smart.
So whatever works for you.
I like that idea. Once you wrapped up your sentences, if you want to share how many words you wrote during that sprint, and then if there's a sentence you're excited to share too, if you happen to use the prompt, if you want to share something from that, that'd be really cool.
Look at all these words. Oh my goodness.
Before, during that sprint, I saw a couple more people join in. So hello to Sarah, who's joining in from Sweden.
That's so cool.
Who's writing while drinking wine, eating cheese, and trying to catch up. Amazing.
Oh my God, can I have your life?
Living your best life. Cool, let's see.
Rowan King got 336.
Amazing.
Ron Bamber got 434. Bobo Bottle got around 75. Steph Bissinger got 195.
Oh my gosh.
This is so rad.
How did you do?
I have not measured my words yet.
Okay, you look. I'm going to start reading some more, folks. So I see Spectra Dust, who wrote 523 words.
A rad name, by the way. Rad name.
And also shared 8. He tried to echo Gray's words to confirm them, but his words were lost to a gasp as shock rattled his body.
Also very tactile. I like that.
Whoa, what happened? Lucy Engel shared a favorite line. No, she had to admit, I don't distrust her in that way. I don't think she's malicious. I just think she's going to take advantage of us.
Oh.
Intriguing.
I really like the tone in that.
Yeah. I'm curious about this person. Are they... I feel like we're possibly going to see like a reluctant ally thing happening, which is one of my favorite things to happen in stories. Let's see. Loyal Penguin says, I joined late, but I wrote 63 words, which is awesome.
Yay!
Good job. Glad you were able to dive in.
Yeah.
Sarah Strong wrote 607 words and
Yo!
says, shocked.
Shocked and proud.
Amazing. We are impressed.
Yeah. I got 540 words. As long as I measured that correctly, I wasn't entirely. I write in little segments. So wherever I feel the most inspired, I'll start there. And then if I think of another scene that I'd rather write maybe a couple of minutes later in that scene, I'll skip it. So I have a whole lot of blank spaces that I have to fill in when I don't have anything else to write. Yes.
Whoa, wait, this is a really good sentence. I don't know if it's Samuel A. Cantrell or Samuela Cantrell, but they wrote, shooting a friend's father wasn't recommended policy for how to win friends and influence people.
Are you writing a Hamilton story?
But also, like, depends on the dad, right? Like, what if they're terrible?
What if they're awful?
Yeah.
And then you're not really doing someone a favor, but it's like the lesser of two evils,
yeah.
Right? Please don't kill people.
Let's see. Did anybody do like a meet cute kind of thing? Oh my gosh, Safar Fiertz. I don't know if I pronounced your name right, so apologies in advance. But they wrote, they met when the seat broke on the compost toilet.
Oh my god, yes.
That's the best.
I'm just like picturing how that would go.
Yeah. Were they?
Yeah.
I'm curious. I'm hooked. I'd read more.
It kind of sounds like it's like not a dystopian future, but like it takes place in a type of world like that.
Because of compost toilets?
Yeah. I know that's a thing now, but we're in Berkeley.
Maybe they're just off the grid, yeah. But also, that's a meet ugly for sure.
It's a meet cute ugly?
Yeah. Amanda Hannon shares that they wrote 450 words. The even number makes me weirdly happy. I also really like when you land on an even number. I don't know why.
It just feels really good. Because it's like, it's so like not in your odds that would happen too. So that's always fun.
Yeah. Cool. This is so fun. Oh, Caitlin Graham, or Catalin Graham maybe, says, I did a meet cute. The two are now roommates on a tiny ship. One is overactive and a literal ball of sunshine, while the other is a bit grumpy and anxious about the situation.
Oh my god.
So cute.
Why does that sound like me and Chris?
Is that your boyfriend?
No.
Chris and Brian downstairs.
Sorry, Chris. You're awesome.
We had an early day this morning, and Chris was in here first. He's our chief operating officer, and he has been awake since like 6 or 5 or something ridiculous. And when I first came in, like he was very focused on his computer, and then Maddie came in. Cool. All right. This is so great. Thank you so much for sharing your word counts and for sharing these sentences. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
I think we have one more
We
word.
do have one more. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, before we do we have time to do our little discussion?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this. What's your favorite NaNoWriMo memory?
Okay, so I saw that you had posted this in the script for this, and I should have prepared an answer.
I have like 3 prepared, Tim, and one of them,
Really?
2 of them include you, so I would be really insulted.
Let me think. Can you share yours?
Yeah, I can share mine. Okay, so like I said, I have 3. They're all really fast, so don't worry. My very first one, I remember like the night that I started my first Nano, and I was at a sleepover, and everyone was asleep, and I was just typing on my phone. So that's just like a really like visceral moment for me. The second is when I interviewed for interning, when I met Tim and Shelby, who will also be on later, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, for the first time, and it was just kind of like a starstruck moment, because I'd done Nano for so long, and I was like, this is so cool! And then my last one is, I told you this one yesterday or Thursday. Tim and I did a virtual write-in the last time I was in the office. It was like 2-ish years ago. And I had like tweeted that I was like, oh yeah, like 9 years ago I wrote my first Nano story at midnight. And now I'm rewriting that story in a virtual write-in with the NaNoWriMo program director. So live your dreams, you guys.
I'm like, yeah, I think I'm like so glad that you're here to do this. This is probably going to be one of my favorite memories of this year, just because it's been a minute since I've done a virtual write-in. So it's really nice to
so fun to do.
Come back to do one with Maddie. And I think when I think back over, I've been here for a little while now. Like the memories that stand out to me are times when we've gotten to like interact with lots of other Rhymos, which has been really, really fun. And like we went to a write-in at Black Pine Circle Elementary School, which is a school here in Berkeley.
So cute.
And they did like a little kickoff event, and so there were just like all these like elementary school kids writing their novels, and then we got to go around and ask them what they're writing about, and it was so fun. And like a lot of them were like, mine's a story about a dog who gets lost and then they have to go find that, which was really adorable.
Yes.
And then I think there was one that was like, mine's about a kid who is playing with the slot machine, but the slot machine is magic and it turns you into a superhero when you pull the thing.
Oh my god, I want that.
Yeah. So it was really cool, really exciting, really just reminding me about just like how much fun it is to write, and just like how empowering it can be to write. So yeah, those are kind of some of that's probably one of my favorite memories I can think of off the top of my head. If y'all have been doing NaNoWriMo for a long time and you want to share a favorite memory, we would love to hear those too. We also heard a lot about folks who like Maddie said this before in the description for that meet cute prompt, but we asked this on Twitter, I think, and then got a surprising number of people who were like, I met my wife or my husband or my spouse at like a write-in, so which was so cute. I love it. All right.
Alrighty, you guys. Are you ready for our last prompt? Do you want to intro this one, Tim?
Okay. So then this prompt, let me make sure I'm looking at the right one.
Don't do what I did earlier.
So when we asked people for their favorite memories over the last 20 years of NaNoWriMo, a lot of people were talking about like these like big come from behind wins, or like, the fact that they were at a midnight write-in kickoff on when November 1st hit, and then we're just with a bunch of other Rhymos scribbling away to try to get a really good starting word count. And yeah, like with people who are like, oh my gosh, I was like 15K words behind, and then like the last week I just like locked myself in my room and went for it.
Yes! Love those.
So lots of really inspiring, amazing stories. And people who were saying like, yeah, like I feel like those memories just helped me learn that I could do so much more than what I thought I was able to do. And so in honor of that, our sprint here is let one of your characters do something impossible.
No matter what that is.
Yeah.
Let them do it.
Let them do it.
I don't
let them do it.
Let them do it. Fly. They can fly.
Mm-hmm.
They can win the lottery. They can meet some pirates. That's always a good one for NaNo.
They could time travel.
Oh, they can time travel. Yes. There's so many options.
Yeah. I think one thing for me that I like to remember about sprints especially is that like sometimes I like to take them as opportunities to experiment a little bit, right? So like if I'm like, I don't know if this is exactly the turn I want my story to take, but I think there's a potential kind of like interesting like story alley here, or like something that like could help me learn more about my character. Like maybe it won't stay in my final draft, but like it'll be something like really kind of fun and illuminating to try out. So if this prompt in particular, if you're feeling the urge to try out a prompt, but this one is feeling a little bit scary to you, I would encourage you to lean into the nerves and try it anyway.
Yeah, you never know where it'll take you.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go for 10 minutes for this one.
10 minutes. Let me get my. Okay, 10 minutes. You're ready. We're ready. Let's write. Go.
What?
That is our time. Wrap up your sentences or don't. Whatever works.
Let us know your word counts and share a sentence or two. I saw some cool, like people were sharing some of their favorite NaNoWriMo memories, and Penumbra Mine M. Foster wrote, I did my first camp as a dare and part of my stroke recovery. I thought I could never do it because I was down to a few thousand words after my stroke, and now I'm getting published.
Yes!
Wow!
Oh my god!
Congratulations!
That's super cool.
That's amazing.
Sharon writes, got 255 words. Tiny Beth's Secret got 302.
Ooh.
Tiffany Parra got 183.
Oh my gosh, look at these word counts rolling
they're
in.
Coming in. Submit.
Cool. Katie Lawrence wrote, before she had a chance to say anything, he swept her off her feet in a hug, unbefitting of a partner, but spot on for a friend. You did it! We did it, you doofus. Let's go get our medal.
That's so adorable.
Super cute. What kind of medal did they get? Are they in the Olympics?
Olympics? Maybe it's one of those little cookie medals from
Yes.
Rick Ralph. You're my hero. Adorable.
Holy smokes. Caitlin Graham wrote 856 words.
Yes. I wish I did that much right now.
Incredible. Juniper Flower wrote 385. Tiffany Parr wrote 183. Killing it. These are so good.
Oh, I want to read this from Lovely Otter.
Okay, great.
You definitely took that prompt, because I can tell. It says, she jumped off and flew. The wind carried her. She couldn't believe what was going on. She wasn't Emma anymore. She was a bat. Her wings glided as the sky carried her.
Whoa, super
Yes.
cool. Is that like totally different from what's going on in your novel, or does it kind of track? I'm curious.
Oh, yeah. Let us know.
Are people turning into bats often? Is she a vampire?
A new vampire if she's only just turning into a bat at first.
That's true.
I'm sorry. I'm like creating your story. Please. I'm so sorry.
Tonya Viles wrote, the man says nothing. He raises the gun that they are only meant to use when necessary. Sean's eyes narrow. They had training in combat, but it was against monsters and dark beings that didn't carry guns.
Shoot. Oh, that's a pun. I didn't mean that. These are so amazing.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, I like this one. Emmy wrote, royalty also didn't apologize, so the quiet pair stared into the darkening forest together as the sky began to paint itself with the colors of twilight.
Yes. I
Like
love
it.
Guys, this writing is so good. Everything I read is so good. Please
like
keep writing.
There's like so much tension in that one too. I also like that it's like not a verbal apology, but you can sense that there's some sort of like détente or like understanding being reached as they watch the sunset. Any more that you want to read?
Let's see. But off of these, and they're coming in so fast I can't just. Oh wait, I like this one. Oh no, I lost it. Oh no, I lost it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, if you guys have the chance, definitely go through and like read what your fellow Ramos are writing. I know it's inspiring me, so I'm sure it'll inspire a whole bunch of you.
Okay, wait. Let's read maybe one more each,
Okay.
and then we'll wrap up. But this was really funny. Ink's Queen wrote, before Grant could argue, Nigel was already heeling away, speeding down the street in a style that made every sane person around them stare in utter disbelief.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Anytime a character exits a scene on Heelys,
Yeah, Healy.
amazing, hilarious.
There was a what does Karen know on Seth Meyers this week, and she gets to do her own. So like, she showed Seth Meyers a pair of Heelys, and he was like, "What?" Please watch
So
What
good.
Does Karen Know on Seth Meyers. It's great.
What does Karen know or own?
No.
Oh, okay.
So she's a really young writer. She's a 24-year-old writer on his staff, And so it's like a really funny like age disparity.
Oh, so he shows her things.
Yeah, that
like,
are
"Do you
like
know
from
what
the
this is?"
80s and like
I
70s
see.
that like he grew up with.
Yep.
But she was a little baby child or not alive yet. And
Like
it's great.
what?
He showed her MC Hammer this week. Kato Kalin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was like, you don't need to know who this is. And then so she showed him like Neopets and Heelys and Club Penguin is another one.
Club Penguin.
Yeah. It's a delightful.
Amazing. All right, do you want to read
Yeah, I
one?
do.
Close this
I
out?
got distracted. I'm sorry. Let's see. Ooh. Here's another impossible prompt one from NJ West. It was impossible. Lightning was coming out of her fingertips. It erupted through her body with a vicious tingling heat. It's not so bad once you get used to it, a voice explained.
Ooh.
I got chills reading that. That's great. I wonder who the voice is.
I like secret mentors.
Yeah.
So good. Cool. Okay, well, I mean, this is basically the end of our write-in. Thank you so much for joining us. This was so fun.
I hope you guys found it useful, that you got some words in, whether it be 50 or 500 or 5,000.
And we hope that you guys are making solid progress towards your double update goals. If you want to keep writing today and you want some inspiration or you want to write with company, we're having another virtual write-in today at noon. And then I think another one at 3.
Yes. They're both Pacific time.
Yeah.
So if you are not on Pacific time and you want to tune in, just adjust that time.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're on daylight or standard Pacific time. I always hesitate. So that's why I just say Pacific and Google will tell you the right answer.
Yeah. So the next write-in's in a couple of hours. If you need to write in the meantime, you can, our Twitter account right now is pretty active. So if you use the hashtag doubleupday, I think we're tweeting out like writing prompts and stuff every hour as well, along with kind of announcements about the prizes that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also a Twitter account now at NaNoWriMo, and they always do writing sprints. Well, almost always. There's almost always somebody who's like giving more prompts and doing word sprints that way. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, if you want to check out more about Double Update, don't forget to go to NaNoWriMo.org/donation day, right? Donation-day?
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
And then I think that link's in our just video description below too. So if you want to check out more and see what the prizes are upcoming.
There's a cruise.
There's a cruise. Really cool.
Great.
Thank you again for writing with us, and we hope your writing keeps going smoothly.
Yay! Happy Double Up Donation Day, everyone!
Bye. Bye.